Alright, so I know I haven't been uploading any videos recently, but I just haven't had much time to hunt, haven't had much time to make videos in general, so in the times I have been out, I haven't really seen much. Just kicked up a few on the way in and the way out, and I saw a doe and a fawn at like last light. Couldn't really get a good video of it, so didn't post it. And I haven't really been hunting my greatest spots either. Just kind of hunting the, alright spots. I want to save the better spots for the rut. And just up here at the house, houses are out there. We got 6 acres here. Got about 2.5 acre woodlot. Not really much to hold deer. They all come from the neighbors over there. But today I'll be talking about Antler Grow and how to use it and the effects of it and the overall how good it is. I mean, I'm really impressed with what I've done so far with it. All right, I'm right down here next to this one apple tree. This apple tree has been producing pretty good for us this year, past years. Quite a few of them on there, but I sprayed 3 little mock scrapes with the licking branch. I already got this one all cleaned off because I sprayed the whole bottom 5 to 6 feet of this tree with Antler Grow. You can see right here's an apple they've been munching on. Last week there was like 3 of them down here, but I don't see any of them, so they must have cleaned all of them up. I sprayed all this back in like middle of September, and it's like the beginning of October now. You can see right here's like a red dogwood or some sort, some natural browse that they love eating, and you can see all these ends are all nipped off on this, as well as all these other ones right here that I sprayed. All the tops of them are all nipped off. And I'll talk a little bit more about Antler Grow in just a second here. Alright, so Antler Grow is a micronutrient that you spray on natural browse and clover and whatever, your food plots. You can even spray it on brassica food plots to make them more attractive before they sweeten up in the winter. But basically, it's a micronutrient, so it has copper, cobalt, iron, magnesium. So micronutrients take a little bit to make a big difference. For your MPK are macronutrients, which take a lot to make a little bit of difference. So overall, in years to come, you'll be able to see more deer, bigger deer, healthier deer, and bigger and healthier fawns as well. So you spray it on natural browse, and sometimes you can see a shine to it, and it has a sticker surfactant in it, which technically makes it rainproof immediately. That doesn't mean you can spray it while it's raining or right after it rains when it's all wet, or if it's all dewy. You don't want to do it then. You want to spray it when everything's dry, but it's technically rainproof immediately. And it lasts up to 2 months. So every 2 months or so, 1.5 months if you want, you can respray it. It gets slowly absorbed through the leaves, into the stem, into the root system of the plant, making the whole plant more palatable and more attractive and more nutritional for deer and wildlife in general. So, and also when you spray it, it has a copper scent to it, like I already mentioned, I think. The deer will smell and seek out, and when they take a bite out of it, it tastes physically sweeter to the deer. So it becomes more attractive than any other food source around. And secondly, they're getting all the nutrition and vitamins and minerals from the Antler Grow. So a couple bites, they'll get their whole mineral amount from that day, for what they need for that day. And if they browse for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, hours, they're going to get way more than they need, and they're going to be way healthier than they need to be, which physically results in bigger deer, healthier deer, and more deer. So I'm pretty sure if you want that, please try out Antler Grow, and please check out Whitetail Obsession Outdoors. Dave Richmond on that channel will tell you everything about it, 10 times more of the information than what I can tell you. And man, he's been using it for 2 or 3 years. He's really experienced, way more experienced than I am. I've only sprayed it 1 time, so hours per gallon of concentrate. And the good thing is you only have to use 1 ounce. So that way it's not as much, and it covers approximately 5 acres for the 1 gallon. So that's quite a bit. I definitely plan on using it next year and years to come. I strongly recommend trying it out. I'm really impressed with the results. This is probably one of the best unknown products out there in the hunting industry. It's a really amazing product. As you can see, I'm just amazed. I don't know how many times I've said amazing in this video, probably like 20. But yeah, so next year we will be having a lot more videos on Antler Grow, spraying our food plots and natural browse on our properties. But this year, that's about it. Growing season's pretty much over, as you can tell. But yeah, next year, like I said, a lot more videos coming. Right here's another one that's completely cleaned up. You can see the top half of all these are all gone. Only the bottom leaves are left. They just completely annihilated all that natural browse there. And this is just one little area that I sprayed. Next year, I plan on spraying the whole woods, all the natural browse that's in there. Right this year, all I did was this little edge that they're hammering. You can see right here's the buckthorn right here that they completely cleaned up. There's hardly a green leaf on there. All of it's all chewed off. Amazing. This area right here, it's kind of hard to tell, but these are again all those like little red dogwood things. They're just stems now. They all had leaves on it when I sprayed. Just look at that. It's all nipped right off. I know it's getting pretty late in the season for natural browse, so next year I plan on spraying a lot more, as well as planting probably, like look at all this in here. It's hard to tell on the camera, but you can see that's where the leaf was. These little, let's see here, I think it won't focus, but yeah, they're really hammering all this natural browse. Really nice. See on this one, the leaves are all nibbled right off. Right here, this is gonna be one of the probably 5 or 6 small little clover patches on our property. I mean, this is probably the biggest one. This is only like 20 by 20 yards, so not really nothing much, but today I sprayed all this, so hopefully next year we can come in early spring and just seed it. Probably have to do some respraying because I know a lot of this stuff's already dead. It's already October, but next year we're gonna have multiple little clover patches throughout our property of just solid clover, and we're gonna spray with Antler Grow the whole year, and they're just gonna browse on it like crazy. You can see right here is one of the most active parts on our property. When I was just saying I wanted to put the clover, I mean there's just pile after pile of poop in here. Probably in here every single night. And I remember last year I was finding beds right along here on this edge. Probably obviously nighttime bedding, but they were bedding here in the snow. Because we had beans last year, but this year we don't have it. And next year we are going to put beans out there. Beans and corn again, so next year will be quite a bit better for them deer. Right here is just a little bit of clover right on the edge of our woods, next to our garden here, but you can see right here, I remember spraying really heavily. Look at that. There's a big, that's not even clover, but all these littler ones, these thinner ones are all clover leaves and clover stems that have all been nipped off by the deer. If you look in here, there's just hundreds of them that are gone. And I can just notice that there's a lot less leaves in here than when I sprayed it too. Like everything was about this tall, you know? And now it's all been mowed down a little bit because they've been munching on everything. That's awesome. And this is really cool right here. There was a pine tree right here that they devoured like 2 years ago. They ate up almost everything on it and almost killed it. But right here's a mulberry tree that's coming back right next to it, and you can see it's been stripped clean of leaves. Every single leaf on here has been nipped off by the deer, and now they're just starting to, you know, fall off because we're getting closer to that time. But man, that is awesome. And right here's another pine tree, and there's like, again, one of those little red dogwood things. Look at that, there's even a black walnut tree coming up in there. Oh, that's a shagbark hickory. But right here's one of them red dogwood things that they've just devoured too. I remember this one and that mulberry tree had no browse on it at all, and now look at it. Completely devoured. Antler Grow has a smell to it that the deer can smell. Obviously we can't, but they have a smell. It has a smell to it that it attracts the deer. It's got like a copper smell, and it physically makes the plant taste better. It tastes sweeter, and it gives the plant nutrition as well as the deer nutrition, micronutrition. And that is just an all-around great benefit for wildlife. And you can see right here's another area that's been just hammered by the deer. You can see the higher leaves, they can't really reach that easily, and everything below is just pushed right in. Everything on here is just browsed completely off. I don't know if you can see that, but all these stems sticking out are just empty. Look at that, as I walk right down here. Everything's just cleaned right off. Sprayed all this area too, obviously, but man, that's just amazing, amazing results. I plan on spraying a lot more here and a lot more at our hunting property. We don't even hunt here, but we're just trying to benefit the deer around here. I mean, just look at that, it's just all cleaned up. It's hard to tell, but you can see all those empty stems are all areas where they've nibbled it right off. Look at this one. As I just walk right down the line here, everything's just nibbled right off. That's just awesome. All right, and like I said, we sprayed our clover food plots out where we hunt at the farm. Here we don't hunt, like I said, but I'm actually really eager to get out there because I haven't even been out there to check up on them yet. And I hunted one time out there, but that was in an area we didn't really spray too heavily, and it was like only a couple days after. So we sprayed we got 2 clover plots we sprayed really heavily, and a lot of the natural browse on all the field edges and on the edges of our trails too. So really eager to get out there. I'm sure they're hammering them just like they are here. Hopefully we could see some deer on some of them clover field plots this year. So I'm still gonna probably wait a little bit to get in there to hunt, probably another like week or 2. Probably my first hunt one of them clover food plots. I know we only got like 2 better spots on the farm, but yeah, so I'll get back to you guys. Hopefully a hunting video pretty soon. I don't know when it'll be, but hopefully it'll be within 1.5, maybe 2 weeks. I'll have 1 or 2 hunting videos, but that's not guaranteed. So I just haven't had much time to hunt with school and everything, and a job, and yeah, time's flying. So pretty soon the rut's gonna be here, and hopefully we can get some good action then. Catch you guys later.